Hello, everybody, and welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. The last 3 weeks weren't exactly fun, but it could have been worse. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be better. I had
Good,
COVID,
good.
and I do not recommend it at all. So if you know, you guys be careful out there and stay safe because it's not fun to get. All right. So do you want to just go ahead and jump in, or do you want to? You got any
We
words?
we can. I'm glad to see you back. I'm glad you're doing better.
All
And
right.
how about
Well,
them dogs? We gotta talk about them
yes,
dogs.
I was so excited. I'm sitting there in my little blankie because I'm still sick during the
hmm
game and everything, and I still jumped up and down, and then I was like, that was probably a really bad idea. But I was really worried there in the second to third quarter because the referees seemed like they were playing against calling everything
Oh
against Georgia.
wow.
It was bad, and of course, um, I thought that Alabama was going to win it again, but they came back and they played strong in that fourth quarter, and I was really proud of them.
yeah, yeah, everybody was really excited. You know, people, especially, I mean, in the entire state, but mainly in South Georgia. I mean, they're huge Bulldog fans, and
Hmm.
I had to go to Harvey's, and it's a grocery store, and everybody was wearing their red and black. I was like, look at this. This is so
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
I'm happy for them. And I'll be going to Stegman Coliseum next month to see some gymnastics. So I'm pretty
Oh, awesome.
sure I'm pretty sure they'll have that national championship in there somewhere because usually they have the championship stuff um
Yeah,
in the lobby like area. So I'm
that's cool.
excited to see that. My nephew
Well,
told me he was gonna go. He wanted to go and spit on it. I was like, no, you're not going. Poor boy's a Gators fan, you know. I was like,
ugh.
stop hating.
Where I grew up was 45 minutes away from Athens, so we visited the campus a lot growing up. And for Christmas, I bought my niece season tickets to see the Lady Dogs
Nice.
play basketball, and I got to take her to 2 games while I was there. So we went to the Coliseum and watched the girls play, and it was awesome.
Awesome.
We have some people in the house. Hello, Carlos.
Hi. Thank
And
you for
my
joining us.
yes, and my friend Zach is in the chat as well.
Hi.
And our friend Shannon,
Hey,
our
Shannon.
loyal listener Shannon. All right, so let's get ready and let's talk about some wrestling.
All right. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Hmm. There is so much because I've been sick, so I missed like everything.
I've caught up
So
on most of it, so we're just gonna kind of roll with it. All that I didn't catch well, I caught a few minutes of Raw last night, but I really don't know what happened. So
I watched probably about 3 minutes of it, and then I was like, I don't think Brock is gonna show up tonight, so I'm not watching it. I think he did. I
well,
think he did end up. I think he did have a segment last night, but
oh,
the way it was
really.
going, it looked like he wasn't. I don't know.
Regardless, I probably wouldn't have watched anyway.
Hey, you have to admit, compared to everything else going on that show, him and Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns are like the only interesting thing going on. You have to admit that. And
Yeah.
he has
Excuse me.
changed his what he's been doing up a lot lately, and he's been very entertaining.
Yeah, that's what people were saying, and I'm just like,
But if you don't like Brock, you just don't like Brock.
no.
It's okay. But I do. So I'm happy at least somebody's happy on here.
Hmm. I would have been so mad if I would have went to that day one pay per view.
Oh, I would
Oh
have
my
been
god, I would have been
excited.
so mad.
I would have been so excited.
I know we probably would have met up after the show, and I would have been like, "Are you serious right now?" And you'd have been like, "Yes, I knew."
Yeah. For anybody watching and for Sarah to know that I did not like how it happened, I thought that was kind of disrespectful to Big E. There was three other people in that match that could have taken that pin. Kevin Owens could have taken that pin. Seth Rollins could have taken that pin. I understand why Bobby didn't, but
Hmm.
there's those two other guys who could have taken that pin, and everything would have been fine, and it didn't have to be
Hmm.
um, Big E. So I wasn't too thrilled about that.
Excuse me. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, uh, I saw when I from what I saw day one, there was some good stuff, but there's also some duds too, and that's usually a case we've been getting with WWE lately. And
Yeah.
um, so with that, speaking of that, the big news coming out of that is Mustafa Ali
Hmm.
has requested his release from the company. What
Yeah.
would your thoughts be on that?
I understand why,
Hmm.
because he always seemed like he was frustrated. And it's funny because every time they gave him something and told him to run here, run with this, and it was always something terrible.
Hmm.
He always knocked it out of the park.
It's
He
kind of like,
did
go ahead.
he did what he could with that retribution thing and
Hmm.
made it as interesting as it could be.
It would have worked a lot better if they didn't screw up Retribution to begin with.
Mhm.
Um, by the time they made it, he did the heel turn and he was the leader. The whole concept of Retribution was already ruined. So
Yeah.
it was like if you would have did this a week ago, that would have turned out a lot better.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, and that was no fault of his at all.
And rumor has it that what led to him asking for his release was he had an argument, a disagreement with Vince McMahon himself. My guess is that he's always been an advocate to not being stuck in the stereotypical Muslim wrestling storylines, and he was like, "I ain't doing this."
Mm,
So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. We don't know for sure, but I can kind of see that being a problem and a contributing factor.
mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I always liked Mustafa Ali. So,
Hmm.
um, wherever he goes next is we'll just have to see. Um,
Yeah. I don't think AEW is a good fit for him. I think he would get lost in the shuffle and be stuck on Dark or Elevation. So
yeah.
I really don't want him over there. But
If Ring of Honor picks back up, he would be a great addition for them.
mhm, we'll
Um,
see.
and there's always New Japan too. If they're interested, if both sides are interested, I think that'd be nice too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he would be a good asset to wherever he goes
Oh yeah.
because he's very talented. He's very
Hmm.
charismatic too. He's not just a you know.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. He's very talented. A lot of aspects.
yeah. All right. So they've also, for some reason, announced Royal Rumble entrants and not your usual ones either. Some of these could have been a surprise factor, but they decided to go ahead and announce these. Mickey James from the Impact Women's Championship champion is going to be on there, which I that completely took me by surprise.
Oh yeah, me too. I was very surprised considering like how how it was a controversy when she
Hmm.
left and how she said her belongings were delivered to her in the trash bag or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, oh wow.
of course they
Um,
did fire the guy who did that, so that might have been, you know,
Mm-hmm.
something she took into consideration that that guy wasn't there anymore. So
Yeah, and yeah, I was just about to say, I wonder how that conversation went to be a fly on the wall.
that was probably really weird.
Yeah,
Like, you
and
want me to do what?
I remember my brother telling me her response to her being in the Royal Rumble was pretty epic. It was something like I didn't open the forbidden door, I knocked it down. That's what legends do. It was something to that effect. And I was like,
Hmm.
So I'm okay with Mickey James, but I wish it would have been a surprise. But
Yeah, that would have been like, whoa. I
yeah,
guess and they're trying to get people to actually watch it because if no one's watching it, no one's gonna know. I guess.
right. Yeah, that was my things. They probably wanted to create the buzz, and it's funny because I think there's a lot of buzz around the women's Royal Rumble versus the men's Rumble.
Yeah.
They did announce that Lita was gonna be in the women's Royal Rumble,
Hmm.
and
She was on SmackDown last week too.
so she's teasing another run. For me, considering we haven't really seen Lita in a wrestling role for so long, and she had a neck injury as well, and you see with Edge and even Brian Danielson, you know, if Lita feels good and has one more run left in her, I'm down for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would it would actually probably spruce it up a little bit and freshen it up a lot because we're getting the same thing over and over and over again because they let all of their women talent go so they don't have anybody there.
Right. Yeah, and see, that's another thing too with the whole Mickey James thing is, they let a bunch of their women go. So it's like, oh wow,
Yeah,
what do we
who
do? Hey,
yeah,
let's call our other
the
guys.
Bellas were announced as well, and that was surprising to me too because just 3 months ago, Nikki Bella said on their podcast that she was not she that her doctor was not going to clear her to ever wrestle again, and she was going to have to hang it up
Oh
for
wow.
good.
Mm,
So that was like
mm.
a lot has changed in 3 months.
Who knows?
Of course, maybe he cleared her, but he didn't want to. There's also that aspect too.
And it just might be a one off, and he probably was like, okay, you could do this, but you can't do this.
Yeah, like don't take a big bump or anything. So
Right. But we don't know. So,
we don't know. And Summer Rae was also announced, and so is Michelle McCool. So,
oh, Michelle McCool's announced. I
hmm,
didn't know that. Okay.
yep, yep,
Yeah. So, Tina and I were talking about some possible Royal Rumble entrants for the Women's Rumble. Um, and one of the first things I said was, I think that Alexa Bliss is going to be a major candidate to win this year's Women's Rumble.
hmm.
And in turn, Tina said,
If a returning Bailey is entered in the Rumble, I could see her winning as well.
that would be awesome. I
Yeah,
think either one would be awesome. I don't know. I don't really notice Alexa Bliss in terms of how her health and stuff is going. Because Alexa Bliss had a good run, then it was stopped. Then she have another good run, and then it stopped. So I'm not sure what kept her behind this time, but you know, as long as she's healthy and they're starting to bring her back, I think that's one of the reasons why I automatically just said I think she could win, just for the
yeah.
fact they just brought her back. She's a fan favorite.
Hmm. On her way
Um,
to Raw, she needs to pick up Veer because he's just, hitchhiking on foot right now and he can't make it. So,
I saw that last night, and I was sitting there like, this is coming to Raw. Can you just say he's debuted in the Rumble or something? Come on.
right,
I've
right.
never seen anything like that before, and I'm just like,
He's coming on foot. So, it's taken him a while. He
maybe
got lost.
he got lost. somebody pick up Veer Mahan and bring him to Raw,
Yeah,
please.
we got to see what's going on. All right, before we move on, well, we got some comments
All
here.
right.
Alma is telling us saying hi. Hi, Alma. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, we're doing great. How are you doing?
And Carlos asked, "Did you hear they are having the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia somewhere in that area?" Yes, it'll be February the 19th, I believe.
Wow.
So,
Ooh.
yeah, they'll be back in there. it it's
I like I see how they're gonna third elimination chamber there, and then they had the nerve to have they had the audacity to comment on the women's match at Rampage.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they didn't used to, throw people through windows and jump off of 15, 20 feet
This
structures
is the
before.
same company that thrived off of bra and panty matches, Playboy centerfold matches,
Yep.
evening gown matches, and you know, bikini contests. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
And
Carry on.
our friend Sherry says they're not wanting to use any of the NXT ladies.
I think that could
No,
be some surprises,
yeah,
especially with Io Shirai.
there's still a few spots left that they have not announced, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just so few active women on the main roster that
Mm-hmm.
they can easily fill that up
Oh
with some
yeah,
NXT girls. I see Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez being
yeah,
on there.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they threw, Dakota Kai in there. Maybe Cora Jade.
Carlos says Veer is going to get released before he makes it to Raw. Yeah, because he.
I don't mean to laugh, but oh wow, yeah, dude.
I don't put anything past that company right now. I mean, they got rid
No.
of. They had the audacity to release William Regal and just be like, "Hey, you know what the competition needs? They need a great wrestling coach. Let's just give them one."
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best wrestling coach ever.
I mean, my God, sitting under some of those learning trees. Gosh, why can't I tolerate pain better? Because, dude, I would love to be a wrestler, but I took one bump and it was bad, so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
And this was like in 2004, like years
Um, Alma says I would like to see Alexa and Mickey James the final two.
ago. Ooh, that would be good one.
Yeah, that's not bad. And she said something
Great
about
idea,
Tessa
Alma.
Blanchard. I really think people need to stay away from Tessa Blanchard. She's got too much bad juju around her. So,
Yeah, I think Tessa needs to clean up her act and
and I think she's with Glow. I think she's with
women are
Glow.
wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Women are wrestling. That's right. Carlos says I think they are shorthanded on the women. That's why they are bringing all the old school wrestlers.
They
That's
were
a
doing
good
it to begin
point.
with too.
I was about to say they've been bringing them in for since they started it because all the women besides Summer Rae that was announced as far as their legends go were people that had been in the rumbles before.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
So it's not really a big,
Mm-hmm.
shocking thing that they're bringing these ladies in because they've done it
Yeah,
before.
I would totally pop for Bailey when you said it. I was like, ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's been hurt since last summer, so it'll be a good
Mm-hmm.
little comeback for her.
It
So
would be nice to see Sasha come back for the Rumble, but being that she is injured and they said she's going to be out X amount of time.
6 to 8 weeks in it. She's not
Yeah,
gonna make it. So
no.
WrestleMania, yes, but not the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble. Unfortunately, she was my pick to win before she got hurt. So
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. Maybe that's why they went ahead and announced Alexa coming back, because she might be the backup
Maybe.
if it's not Bailey, So we'll
I
see.
still think Bailey could be that surprise.
Yeah, she'll be the surprise, but I don't, she could win too, but
Mm-hmm.
it's either way. Now the men's rumble, on the other hand, is just a big bundle of mess, and I don't know who is going to win this. I can tell you who I
Right.
want to win, but I don't know who's going to win.
Man, Johnny Knoxville being in the Rumble. That's another thing.
That's
They
another
comment
thing.
on the women's match at Rampage, but you got somebody from Jackass coming on to be a part of the Royal Rumble.
I just rolled my eyes. I'm like, really? This is the best you can do? As
I was
far as
like, when I heard that, I was like, wow,
if
really?
they wanted a celebrity in the Royal Rumble, I would have much rather seen like Bad Bunny or something.
Hey, I would have popped for Bad Bunny. He did a great job at WrestleMania
He
last
did.
year.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
I was very impressed with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, it's hard to pick a front runner.
I can
Like
see Big E winning.
I wouldn't mind that actually.
I can see Damian Priest winning.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want AJ Styles to win, just to give him
Yes,
one
he's
one
never
big thing.
won.
No,
Yes,
he actually debuted at the Rumble in 2016, and I popped huge.
I fangirled so
Yeah,
hard that night. I know my brother and them were looking at me like I'm weird, and then he faced off with Jericho, and it made it even like worse.
yeah, yep, yeah. It was great. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to see AJ get one more title run before he decides to go home. He says
Yeah.
he's not far from going home, so I'm like,
No.
no. He's one of my favorites, so
Mine too.
big time. I love him. So they need to give him something more interesting than this silly stuff that they had him doing. So
Yeah, they have him going on NXT for a minute here, so
that's okay though. I didn't
yeah,
mind that too much.
that yeah, that's what I was saying is that maybe that's making leeway for him to do something like win the Rumble, and that'd be great. Him versus Roman would probably be good. Him and Brock, I don't think it was a fair. Um, I think they faced before. They faced
They
each other
did.
before.
They did, because back when Jinder Mahal was WWE champion, Brock refused to work with Jinder. So they had to
Oh
take it
wow.
off of Jinder really fast. And actually, that's the first time that the WWE title had changed hands anywhere else besides North America, because
Oh
they were
wow.
overseas in
Oh yeah.
England. So that
Mm.
was the first time that happened. So I'm happy he got a first whatever over there. But that's when he won the title off of Jinder, and then he
I
faced Brock.
gotcha.
And that was an awesome match. Brock
Oh, it
and
was?
AJ. Yes, it was fantastic.
Okay. I was wanting to say he didn't get a whole lot of offense, but I can't remember. So,
No, he did. He
oh,
did. It
he did
was
go. Okay,
mhm.
it's been a minute.
Yes.
So,
When Brock likes the person he's with, he sells, and he sells. He's a really good seller when he actually likes them. So he has had good matches with AJ Styles. He's had really good matches with Finn Balor. He had a really good match with Daniel Bryan, and yeah,
Seth Rollins comes to mind too because his triple threat was Seth and John at one Royal Rumble. Was it 2015
I don't know. I know he faced him at
or
WrestleMania.
14? One of the two. It was a triple threat match. Him, John Cena, and Seth Rollins. That was really good.
Hmm.
I do remember that was a really good match.
Yeah. Now, if Brock ain't interested in you, he ain't gonna give you nothing.
Mm.
Hence that WrestleMania match with Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. He wasn't interested in that.
Why am I not surprised?
Well, of course, John Moxley wasn't too thrilled about it either. So it was kind of
like a disaster waiting to happen.
Yep. Yep. He didn't like the way it was going. So anyway, speaking of Brock, he won the title off of Biggie at day one, and so him and Bobby Lashley, first time ever, is going to happen at the Royal Rumble, and
You
I'm
know,
excited.
it's one of those matches you're like, oh, so this is something Bobby Lashley has talked about. He's really
Mm-hmm.
wanted to face Brock. Now it's going to happen. I'm really interested to see what's going to come out of it. Just for the fact that both of these guys, they're similar in stature, um, and like I said, this is something Bobby Lashley really wanted, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping Brock is a good boy, and he and Lashley do have a good decent match.
I think he will. I think he has a lot of respect for Bobby just because of the things that he agreed to do in their match at day one. Is he let Bobby spear him through the barricade?
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he speared him again in the ring. So yeah, I think he has
Okay.
a lot of respect for Bobby Lashley. He
Yeah, it's
wouldn't have
gonna.
done that because Brock can do whatever he wants, and he ain't going to do what he don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and Seth Rollins is facing Roman Reigns.
That'll be good nevertheless. I think Seth and Roman have great chemistry in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
They faced each other several times.
Seth
And
won them all. Seth has
oh,
won
he
all of them.
did.
Mm-hmm.
He did. Ooh, so Roman's got some pressure.
A little
Look,
bit.
Tribal
Yeah.
Chief, we need you to step up your game
Mm-hmm.
because we all know how sneaky Seth Rollins is. Okay,
Yeah.
Tribal Chief, we got
Yeah.
to get on the ball.
This is what people online are saying. They think that Seth is going to beat Roman and Brock is going to beat Bobby, and their Roman and Brock are going to face each other at WrestleMania. And I'm
Why?
like, let's switch that, and that would make more sense. Let's have Bobby beat Brock, and either if Bobby beat Brock Lesnar clean, it wouldn't matter.
That I
But
would consider. I would think it'd be an upset, but considering Bobby's been having an awesome run since last year, maybe not.
mhm.
I would actually enjoy that.
Roman Reigns could interfere or something. I don't know.
I still think they could still play with the whole tension with Paul Heyman thing.
Yeah, yeah, they could. Heyman could be the they could do what they did back in 2002 and have Heyman double cross Brock,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and have it where he loses and then he's in Roman's corner for WrestleMania. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much stuff that they could do, but what the way they were talking, and I'm like, why would
Well,
they let
well,
Roman lose like that
well,
now?
Roman tested positive for COVID, and then that just kind of screwed everything up because you know how WWE's in their panic mode. Here, let's throw the belt on Brock, because this is the easiest thing to do. And then they back themselves in the corner, and then
They
you're
only
just
had a
like,
few hours to do that, so what little time that they had to do it, I think that they did a good job. Now they could have easily, like I said, had Kevin Owens eat the pin and everything, or just had Biggie pin somebody else, you know, really quick before Brock got back into the ring or something. But
yeah, it could have been done a lot better.
I understand why they did it because it does bring a lot of interesting things to Raw. Because before that, I wouldn't watch anything on Raw because it was just completely uninteresting. But and I know I'm a little partial, but Brock does bring an interesting factor to stuff. So he makes things, more watchable. So when I got on, I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing over there. It made Raw a little bit more interesting to watch. So I would tune in to watch him. So
Mm-hmm.
it could go either way.
Yeah.
It will be Roman and Brock at WrestleMania just because they have unfinished business and their story still needs to be told. So
Yeah.
I know you're getting tired
I
of Brock,
understand.
but
No, no, I get that, and I don't. I guess I just still have nightmares from WrestleMania 31, but um, yeah. I mean, if they make it a priority, maybe it will work for me. So we'll
yeah,
see.
we'll see. We'll see. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean Lesnar and Lashley. Then you got Roman. Um, I don't if yeah if whoever wins the Royal Rumble, that's gonna be the men's Rumble. That will be interesting because
mhm,
if say Lashley won or something, then whoever wins will face Lashley,
yeah,
and then you got
or
then and that leaves Brock to go to Roman. I don't know.
yeah,
They're talking. I heard something about title unification, and I was like, no, we don't need that.
no, because that would make the Royal Rumble pointless.
Yeah,
Because Brock would win, and then Roman would win, and then like who does the Royal Rumble face? Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, it would be like, ugh.
I feel you know what I love Shinsuke, and
I do
I
too.
the Intercontinental title is so not a priority, and I hate that.
Carlos says that Raw is too long. I agree.
Yeah, at first it was exciting when it went to 3 hours, and then it just yeah, Raw just needs a complete overhaul. I think
Mm-hmm.
they've been doing the same stuff for too long, and there was a time where I was just scared if I didn't watch Raw, I missed something, and I had to literally wean myself from that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's just like, I'll just kind of zip through it and see what I want to pay attention to, what I don't want to pay attention to. One interesting thing as far as the women go is the women's Raw Women's Championship. It's going to be Becky Lynch versus Piper Niven or Dewdrop.
Yes. I
I was
refuse to
really
call her Dewdrop. I hate that
I
name.
I know I do too. I was really surprised to see her win the triple threat when the triple threat was good from last week. Excuse me. I did catch that, and it was actually really good. It was um Dewdrop, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. And
Mm-hmm.
now that I think about it, Liv Morgan can be a contender too because they are doing a story where she can't win the big one.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Liv and I like her personality, but I think she needs a little bit more work on how to communicate.
Yeah, I don't really care for her mic work too much.
No, no, it could be a little bit better, but she does have a lot of spirit in the ring and stuff, and she portrays that really well. But
Yeah, her match with Becky at day one was really good. She was pulling out a lot of stuff, and I think I was telling Tom about that in the last podcast where you know, Liv did her homework and Becky just thought she was gonna walk in and do the same thing she did. And
yep,
Becky really had to,
hmm
put in some serious effort to win that match. And that was the story. And
I
so
don't I don't understand why they don't um change Dewdrop's name. It would be so easy. All she would have to do would be to come out there and say, "That was a stupid nickname that Eva Marie gave me, and now that I'm on my own, I want to use my real name, Piper Nevin."
mhm,
Simple.
yeah. You said they say don't what's the damn saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
And of
But she
course,
had no choice. So it's
yeah.
not on her. She's just doing what she's told to do.
Mhm.
You want to talk about some AEW?
Yeah, I think we're done with WWE for now because the big thing is the Rumble, and Royal Rumble's my favorite time of year, and I'm
It's
just
mine
not,
too.
and I'm just, uh,
I'm excited about the women's one because of
Yeah,
Bailey's potential return and stuff like that, but the men's just has no spark to it. I don't care.
yeah,
And that's sad.
yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, let's talk AEW because I know I got a lot to say about AEW.
We have some good news that just broke just like just right when we were about to come on live. John Moxley makes his AEW return tomorrow night. I'm so excited for him. I'm so
uh,
proud of him.
hmm
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see what he has to say and
What he
what
does.
what he does. Yeah. As far as his next few goes, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot to admit when you have a problem,
Yeah.
such as addiction. And his was alcohol, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's tough. And so I'm really curious to see how this all goes for him, how he is, where he's at mentally and things like that. So just to see him return, I think the fans are going to welcome that with open arms.
Oh, absolutely.
Understandably so. And even in WWE, Mox was always a stand up guy. He's very transparent
Yep.
in his Mox way.
Yep.
and and so I think that I'll be excited to see that. I hope they open the show with him
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Carlos, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. So hang tight on that comment.
Okay.
So yeah, I got his book for Christmas, John Moxley's book for Christmas, and it is the funniest thing I've ever read from a wrestler. He has a whole chapter on sandwiches. He he hates technology, and he's talking about you know how he had a stupid little flip phone for the longest time until WWE forced him to buy a smartphone.
Oh no. I can
And
see this happening. Oh my
how
god.
he was writing his book on Renee's MacBook, and it was giving him anxiety. So
Oh Mox, we love
yeah,
you.
it was pretty great.
Never
And
change.
he was like, yeah, I like, CDs and stuff like that, and but I do like how you can just have your playlist right here on your device and not have to have a bunch of stuff. And he goes, and what in the heck is TikTok?
Oh my god.
They're reading the book and just dying laughing, and Adam's like, what is going on over there? And I was like, you got to read this paragraph. So he read the
Never
paragraph.
change, Mox. Never change. We love you.
Oh, and he looks at me and he goes, let me know when you're done with that book because I want to read it. And everybody knows my husband does not watch wrestling, so
Hint, hint. Oh.
yeah, that's great. So we're excited about him coming back. They were gearing him towards a heel turn right before he left, but I don't see that happening. No one is going to boo that man.
No, absolutely
So
not.
that is
No.
not going to happen. They're going to have to change what they were about to do. So I really wouldn't mind. I know they're kind of. I don't know what they'll do with him.
We'll find out.
Maybe something with Miro or something, since Miro's not.
Yeah, but Miro's kind of been MIA right now.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mina. Mina has to make an appearance to every episode of Peaches and Power Bombs. It would not be a live show without her. Meow, 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 meow.
You little butthead. Hold on.
Okay, forgive us, everybody. Our mascot is being. Aw, she's so cute. Look at her.
Look, you're live. You're live,
On
baby girl.
Facebook and YouTube. Hi, Mina. She's so cute.
Oh, you see the light up there? Oh, no, you want to look for trouble. Go. And that was our photo bomb moment
it
of the night.
wouldn't it wouldn't be Peaches and Power Bombs without a bomb from
For
Mina.
Mina.
Okay, and what Carlos is
somewhere,
saying, we'll talk about that
somewhere,
next.
somebody is saying, Mina, Mina, Mina.
We're so silly. Forgive us. All right, Carlos, we'll get to you. We'll talk. This was next on our list. Eddie Kingston got hurt and he will be out for a while. I heard a few weeks. So I am praying to Jesus that Eddie Kingston will be cleared in a few weeks and he will still make it to Revolution. That is my hope and prayer because I'm going to be there and I will cry if he's
Speaking of Eddie Kingston, excuse me. He's kind of got this thing with the inner circle going on, right?
yes. I think
And
I think he's about to steal Santana and Ortiz away. And
ooh.
I see him and Jericho, if he's cleared, facing at Revolution. That's what I was thinking that they were
Ooh,
going
yeah, I
for.
like that. Yeah, I seen that, and something that I kind of picked up from that was Eddie Kingston has got a lot of anger going on. He has he's been open with his depression and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been butting in interviews a lot. Like CM Punk was one. He butt in with Jericho and them. I think there's a deeper meaning to that, and that he does have a lot of anger and he's taking it out on various people.
Yeah.
He's confronting Punk, he's confronting Jericho. I think he's letting his inner demons get in the best of him. It's kind of like, if I get mad and I let my anxiety and all that take over, and I say things that don't make no sense at all, and people are like, "What is wrong with you?"
But
I think that's what I'm seeing with
he's got a little bit of clout to what he's saying because
that too. Yeah, and
Santana and Ortiz have been on the back burner since they've joined the inner circle a little bit.
mm-hmm.
And they haven't done a whole lot of good tag team contendership on the televised
Mm-hmm.
shows. They have some on Dark and Elevation and stuff, but no one really watches that. You want to have that on TV. And Eddie was like, "You want to know why you're not tag team champions? It's because of Jericho."
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, and
Yeah.
saying you don't care about them. Actually, um, there's there was a moment a couple weeks ago when they were facing Daniel Garcia and 2.0, Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz. They were
Mm-hmm.
facing Garcia and 2.0, and they had them beaten down, and they grabbed Santana and hit him with the ring bell,
Mm.
and then Jericho came out and chased him away. Well, where were you before they hit him with the bell? You know, and then
Maybe he was having a little bit
got
of
his
the
music
bubbly.
going and stuff like that, and and Eddie's looking at him like, what are you doing here? You don't care about him. You And the whole time that Eddie and Ortiz is checking on Santana, Jericho is playing with the crowd. So he wasn't even showing any interest in Santana when he
Mm.
got hurt. So
Oh, yeah, that kind of. Oh, I kind of like the little things, the little things.
this is what AEW
W is great
excels
at.
in. They have their problems, and everybody does. No one's perfect, but this is what they are just flourish in is the little details. And
Mm-hmm.
as a writer and a reader, this is what I love. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
invested. Plus, it's Eddie Kingston, so I would be there anyway. But
If this could be the Eddie Kingston show, it would be.
yes,
Because we at Peaches and Power Bombs love Eddie Kingston.
yes, we do. And I know a lot of people are complaining about, Jericho booting in with Eddie Kingston because he's the next hot thing or whatever. This is actually a good thing because Jericho can afford to lose, and Eddie
Mm-hmm.
needs a big win so
Oh,
bad.
Jericho would be the person to
So,
do it.
hmm it'd be perfect.
Absolutely.
He's lost to Orange Cassidy, for goodness sake. He can lose to Eddie Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very proud of Eddie too, because he's got a fire underneath him. I don't know if you've listened to any of his recent interviews lately, but he has quit smoking and he started smoking when he was 15 years old and he is
I
37.
I did see that. Good for him.
So congratulations, Eddie, for quitting smoking. I'm proud. And he says that he is going to get in shape and he's going to work really hard because he wants to be the world champion. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that. So
He has a lot of motivation and drive, and
he does.
just him sharing his story is just so inspiring to me.
Yep.
He's definitely somebody I have grown to really look up to.
Me too. Me too.
And we do have videos on YouTube, um, if you want to check that out.
Yep. Landon says hi. Hi, Sarah and Tina.
Hey, Landon.
All
Yeah.
right. What else?
Yeah, he was helping me get ready for the podcast, getting my podcast voice ready and
Oh, nice. So,
so now I want to talk about Hangman Page for a second. Um
okay.
both of his matches with Bryan Danielson were just amazing.
Yes. The second
I
one was the best one out of the two.
I agree. I saw bits and pieces of the first one, but from what I seen was great. But the second one was just so much better to me. And but you know, now that they're kind of hanging that up, you got Lance Archer of all people making an attempt to get the championship now. I thought it was very surprising, but I was like, you know what? I'm not mad.
I'm not mad about it either.
Lance Archer is a beast.
Mm-hmm. And Hangman needs someone credible to face him, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
all for it.
Yeah, it completely blindsided me. So I was like, hey, I'm all over it.
I don't see Hangman losing it quite yet. I think that MJF is probably going to take it off of Hangman either at Double or Nothing or All Out. MJF has just got a rocket on that dude right now, so I see
Mm-hmm.
him being the one to take it off of Hangman.
Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, MJF can go so many ways too because of the whole thing with Wardlow and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Wardlow, and then you
Yeah,
got him and
that's
Punk. Him
yeah.
and Punk are having words, and all they've done everything but face off.
I
You
don't
already
know
know.
the first one. What one, Carlos? I don't know what you're
He's
talking about
probably
there.
talking about Hangman Page and Danielson.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, it was a 60-minute draw. I understand why they did it though, but it was still good. And one of my uh co co guys who runs TRWC says welcome back.
Hi.
Thank you. Speaking of which, speaking of the real wrestling community, I will be back on there to preview Daniel Dynamite tomorrow. So go over
Nice.
to the real wrestling community Facebook page and we'll we'll be previewing Dynamite over there. Yeah, Hangman's match. Okay.
That's what I thought.
But yeah, I'm all for it being Lance Archer. He's been kind of sitting around doing nothing, so I think this is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that, Jake the Snake, of course, has COPD, and he had COVID about a month ago, I think. So
Oh wow.
we just hope that Jake the Snake is doing good.
Yeah, my dad had COPD, and that's not fun. He had to have an inhaler and all that. So
Mm-hmm. He did start a podcast with Diamond Dallas Page called the Snake Pit, so I'm guessing
Oh,
he's doing pretty good.
nice.
But he just hasn't been on TV, probably just trying to avoid all the sickness and stuff that's been going on. So
Yeah. And with COPD, that's pretty much um yeah, you kind of want to stay away from COVID with that. I put her down and she keeps walking around me like she wants to be
yeah.
held.
Ron says that Lance Archer will be used to give Hangman more legitimacy. I agree. Archer will not take the strap off of Page. I don't think so either. I think it's going to be MJF. Like I said, it makes the most sense.
I think Lance Archer he won't take it off the Page, but he'll have, it's like he says, give him some legitimacy, hey, he put up a good fight, don't overlook him.
Right. And I don't think it'll hurt Lance Archer all that much.
No.
If they give him something right after that, that's the thing. Is that they can't just bring him up and then take him away again.
Yeah.
They do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho for what? Holding the pencil, it's Jericho to take the title off of Hangman? I hope not. It doesn't need to be Jericho. No way.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah, MJF is. Yeah, there is. MJF's gonna get it sooner or later.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be this year sometime.
Speaking of champions, we do have a new TBS champion. Jade Cargill was crowned. I think 2 weeks ago. I think Tom and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago. I think it was the right call for Jade.
I do too.
She's a star. They were building her from the rip, and I think Ruby Soho is going to get her just due. It won't be long, I don't think.
Well, Ruby is really credible, so she could be one of the ones that takes the title finally off of Britt Baker, either her or Thunder Rosa. I could see either one, but they're the only two, so they kind of need to save Ruby for something like that.
Well, they got Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez kind of going at it because
Ruby
because Mercedes Martinez is affiliated with Jade and Mark Sterling, so she caused Thunder Rosa to lose, so they kind of have their thing going on. But I think Jay was the right call. Ruby and Jay did a really good job. She made Jade look really good.
Yeah, I think Jade still has a lot of work to do about fluidity in a match and stuff.
Yeah, she's not
other
perfect.
than that, she looked really good.
Yeah, and this is not the first time somebody's crowned a champion and they may or may not be there.
Yeah.
But
that's true too.
It could be a lot worse, I think. Jay's not the best wrestler in the world, but she's not the most terrible either.
No.
She's got a great look. I mean, she has a great look. She's a star.
Yep. Jericho did cancel his cruise.
Oh no.
So it won't be until next year, I believe.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, but it's expensive.
Yeah, I'm not a cruise fan. Even before COVID, it freaked me out. I was like, what if someone gets sick and I can't leave? That was a very big fear of mine. So
I've been on one cruise. It was a 2-day cruise to the Bahamas and I loved it. I dream about it often, but I can understand.
I also get motion sickness and I don't want to be sick the entire time either.
That's why they have Dramamine. I had to take Dramamine my first day, but after that I was straight.
Dramamine knocks me out for 12 hours.
Oh God. Why it gotta be so complicated, Tina?
I know. I have this little bottle of essential oils though, and I put it on the back of my ear when I'm either on a plane or in a car for a long period of time, and that usually works pretty well. So,
You have to tell me about that because I get motion sickness when I'm in the passenger seat in the car. But when I
wow.
drive, I'm good. But if I
Yeah.
sit in a passenger seat or I'm not driving, I get motion sickness. It sucks. It's
I
awful.
only get sick in the passenger seat if I'm driving with a lunatic that fights with the wheel or something like that, or,
Ooh.
stops all of a sudden. But I get sick no matter who's driving in the back seat. So,
Mm.
anyway, yeah, I thought it was the best for to put it on Jade. I think she was good.
Yeah. And you know with
I'm sorry, Landon. I don't drink alcohol, but thank you.
he was trying.
I know. I'm just a big ball of confusion and complications. I'm sorry.
While we're talking about the women, I wanted to talk about Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb's little feud that they were having going on. I loved it. I think Hikaru Shida is taking some time off. But I did like this for a side, like a side feud, not a main feud, but you know what I mean. The
Yeah, it was interesting.
secondary feud.
Yeah,
I really like that. It puts Serena Deeb in a whole spotlight, and Hikaru Shida is a top star for the women's division. So I like the fact that them two work together, and that's the way to write Hikaru Shida out. And Serena Deeb is just an amazing wrestler to begin with. So
she's awesome.
yeah. So I really enjoyed that for what it was, and I really hope we see more from Serena Deeb. I definitely think she is one of the most underrated women in the world
Oh
in
yeah,
terms of wrestling. No
yeah.
doubt.
I didn't know too much about her because when she was in WWE, I wasn't watching wrestling on TV at the time. So, you
Yeah.
know, she's
I was kind
completely
of in
new
and
to
out at
me.
that time too.
She's completely new to me, and I'm just impressed. I really like her.
Yeah, she had some stuff on NWA, not Power, but the other one that they had for a while. I had covered it on Diva Dirt, and she had a couple matches, and it was really good. And I was like, man, this is amazing stuff.
Yeah. NWA is like underground, one of the best.
Yeah,
They do
yeah,
a good job over
absolutely.
there. I enjoyed going a couple last month. It was really good.
Yeah, I need to make that a priority because I
Yep.
do want to go see them.
Uh, I don't see anything else on the list. We covered pretty much everything. Mina says it's time to go to bed.
I think that's what she's saying. She did have surgery Friday, guys, and she did fine.
Oh,
Yeah, she got spayed. Come on, baby. She got spayed, and the next day it was like she never had surgery.
I
Getting
would
into
be okay
trouble.
with this. Serena Deeb going against
Oh
Baker.
yeah, absolutely,
Let's do it.
dude. Sign me up.
All right. Well, if that is it, I think we will hang it up for this week.
Yes. Check us out. Not only on Facebook, but we have YouTube. I hope this went live on YouTube.
I think it did. We
It
have the
did.
check mark next to YouTube, so
Okay. Yeah, we're on YouTube. We figured out how to put this simultaneously on YouTube. So help go over there, like, subscribe, share. Instagram. You're like me, you didn't do the ticker at the bottom. I didn't do it last time either.
I forgot.
Peaches and Power Bombs, Instagram, Peach Bomb Pod, Twitter, tell your friends about us, how awesome we are, and yeah,
Yeah.
see, there we go. And
And
tomorrow's Wednesday. You know what that means. Check out, Dynamite. I know NXT was last night. I haven't caught it. Or tonight. It's tonight.
yes.
It's actually going on right now. I won't be able to watch it because I gotta go to bed soon. So.
Yeah, and we will be back soon with some more content.
Mm-hmm.
I was sick, so I was really I'm really behind on everything, but I hope to have some more storybook videos up on our YouTube channel very soon. So keep a lookout for that, and I'll announce it again.
One more thing, I was going through my DVR last night. If anybody has AXS TV, they are starting to air New Japan Pro Wrestling again. I had a couple of things pop up in my to record list. So if you have AXS TV, they're starting to air New Japan again. So be on the lookout for that.
Awesome. Well, until next time, we will see you guys later.
Nina says bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night, guys.
You